Hello everyone, welcome to ESL TV for the ESL One Battlefield 4 Spring 2015 season. We're into Cup number 4 now. I know it's been about a week's time, you probably missed us, but we are Jason Kaplan and Alex Machine Richardson, and we are going to be bringing you all the action coming your way today. And Alex, Cup number 4, we're almost through the entire season, getting into the group stages. How are you feeling now?
Well, I'm feeling good. I'm excited to see a little bit of a shake-up of the brackets. We're going to have some different matchups because, of course, of the previous result with MYM besting Fnatic in that final. We are going to be seeing some new matchups. SK, for the first time, have the potential to meet MYM. You can see them on your screens here. So now at the bottom side of the group bracket, you can see the SK Gaming side alongside MYM, who, of course, get a bye in the first half. So in the bottom half of the bracket, you have those big names such as Epsilon, MYM, and SK. Potentially going to be meeting. And I mean, the thing, talking of these bigger names, there's actually a couple of matchups that we're excited to see. The first one, of course, is the one we're bringing them today.
Yeah, InFamous noMercy. That one, we haven't casted InFamous really yet so far in this entire season, and it's definitely a team we're really looking out for to see how they're going to perform with Melicium, Hysteria, Rella, Zuzu, and Tony. But noMercy. So we were actually talking about this in the office, and we feel kind of bad for them because they've placed, well, dead last, 9th through 16th every single time so far, and they haven't really been able to make it through the bracket at all. And we're hoping to maybe see this is going to be the final moment that they're able to do it. And I'm actually going to get something ready for you guys because we finally have it on our site to show you, is the points. Actually who's where currently along in the season rankings. And I'll just go ahead and pop that on your screen in just a second for you guys at home who are interested in that one. And we can see, once that German disappears, we've got Fnatic in first place at 175 points. We got Meechmakers and Epsilon tied at 2nd and 3rd at 125 apiece. But I believe Meechmakers get 2nd place because they beat Epsilon before or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how that one's going to work out. But then you have, Maximum Pro, My Revenge, InFamous, MHSV all tied for 5th place, and then the rest of the teams tied in 9th. But with only 15 points apiece, these teams haven't made it out of the first round a single time here, and we're hoping to maybe see it happen for the first time for noMercy. Yeah,
and the first time we saw noMercy, we saw them really struggle to do anything, make a dent in the My Revenge side. You see, of course, My Revenge sitting around that 30-point mark. So. noMercy, they've got to do something different. We were watching them before, and every time we were watching them, everything we saw them do was just, they just didn't seem to be on form or in any way, shape, or form able to compete with My Revenge. And My Revenge, they're not a subpar team, but they're certainly not the top 4.
Yeah, so I think I can point at the top 4 because we can easily tell you the top 4 are SK, Fnatic, Meechmakers, Epsilon. They've been the team time and time again to get into the semifinals. No one's been able to best them just yet. I think even take a single map off them, really. And it's probably going to be, I'm assuming, more of the same boat in today. Like, I want to see some new teams finally break out and get to the semifinals, but if past proves anything, it hasn't been able to happen. And I don't know if it's going to happen today. I want to see it, but to beat one of these top 4 teams who are looking at, getting to the offline finals after the group stages, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. And of course, the first game we're going to be bringing you guys, we've said it before, we'll say it again, noMercy up against Team InFamous. InFamous is a side we have seen more of. You've already said that they're just under that top 4, always been in that kind of around that top 4 position. They did have like a kind of moment of glory. This was actually before I was casting. I remember Lauren talking a lot about InFamous as the team who were very strong at one point and have kind of not fallen from grace. But
well, they were like the original Against Authority who became Gamers Connection, who became SK. Like they're a French team that really brought out these really aggressive strats. But they haven't been working out well for them. Not so far. But I believe we're actually beginning live here in just a few seconds. I think we're going to drop into game now, and we can obviously see what's going to be happening. But the maps that we have for this one, we got Locker coming up first. We have Parasol Storm coming up 2nd, and Zavod coming up as a 3rd. And just looking at the past between My Revenge, or sorry, not My Revenge, noMercy when they played against My Revenge, they lost 109 tickets against My Revenge on Locker, and they lost 123 against them on Parasol Storm. So a big discrepancy there, but maybe they can pull something out this time because they actually chose Locker.
That was the biggest discrepancy we've casted in a long time. I remember us looking through, like scrolling through our notes, like we haven't seen something that big in a long time. So 123 tickets is noMercy's kind of benchmark. Hopefully they'll be able to get it a little.
They've got it down to 109.
109,
but
you're right.
That's still. That's still not what you want to see.
Let's see if they can be setting a ticket lead in the first half. That's something we haven't seen from noMercy, and going up against InFamous, a team who I would probably consider slightly better than My Revenge. The pressure is on for noMercy to perform better themselves.
All right, we got to go and drop you in a game here. Let's go to the lineups for you guys at home who are not familiar with these teams. Over on the US side, we have Melicium, Rella, Zuzu, Tony, and Hysteria. And why don't you walk to the side of noMercy?
On the right-hand side of your screens, on the red side, we have Psycho, Alchemic, Hawk, Exploder, and Ultra. So going into this one, we are going to be kicking straight on off, as you can throw you into overview and see how they're looking to structure this push. And it's actually going to be a pretty standard play from both sides. 3 members heading up towards that C flag, but just 1 to receive the Melicium. He's likely going to be in trouble. Nade's going to start raining in on him. He has dropped his med kit, and it is going to enable him to quickly seize that C flag. But in the meantime, looks like backup's arriving.
Yes, actually, I really kind of question what he was doing right there, because he was all alone. Yes, he would have capped the flag, but he could have maybe peeked out, spotted 3 members there, and the rest of the team could have rushed straight towards A. You think about with 3 men on the outside, I don't know, noMercy going towards C. There's only 2 left on A. And that would have been a 2-on-4 fight, and that would have been really rough. But instead, they kind of commit into that kind of route they went for, and it's given InFamous, well, not InFamous, noMercy the early 2-1.
Yeah, they managed to pull it back, and I feel like a good step in the right direction for noMercy, because they didn't give up on C. Some teams, they see that backup coming in, especially through the mid-corridor, and just decide it's not worth it. They committed. 2 members now holding steady on C, not something we so often see. In the meantime, over at that S-bend, Tony has already fallen. Hawk looking for another one. Not going to get it just yet, but they were seeing some great revives from the InFamous side. They seem to be working it in pairs, and of course that enables you to kind of stave off some of those lost tickets.
Well, unfortunately for them, that's going to be a trip cap coming in. All of them fall 1 by 1. They still have 2 men over towards S-bend, maybe trying to work in towards A yet again. They actually spawned a lot of people. They're spawning 4 people, and Zuzu's able to get the first. As she gets a second on top of that onto Wilda. And Elysium's there to help out, picks up another kill, and they completely shut down that 4-man push on towards A. Though Hawk actually still alive, but Elysium will get the better of him, picking up 3 at the end. And just like that, noMercy, not noMercy, InFamous pull off a lead.
Yeah, and noMercy, they committed so much to that, and that's something you cannot afford to give up. 4, make it 5-man push towards just 2 defenders, and Melicium and Zuzu prevail. Now, 130 to 124, the A and C flags currently flying for the US side of InFamous. As Exploder poots out a grenade. I love that sound so much.
Sounds like a Nerf gun.
It does. It does. It doesn't sound like it would hurt, but I'm sure it does. As now you can see the C flag going to be defended nicely by Hysteria. Holding this angle from the outside area, and you can see that there's noMercy. They're just kind of struggling to find a way in now. They started strong. They managed to get that early double cap onto that C flag as another nade does get released, and that is, I need to stop finding that as funny as it sounds. And
it's just hard when it keeps raining in.
It does just keep coming in. They just went out trying to open the site, but look, it's not working. Rella and Zuzu still remain, albeit slightly blinded, but just position himself in a great corner of the smoke. He's going to get a double again, surely. Zuzu taking down Psycho, and now with just 2 flags still being maintained by the InFamous side, I'm not seeing a sign of a glimmer or even of hope for noMercy at the moment.
Well, you pointed out, they got the early 2-1, but since then they've been struggling. They've been just really kind of hurt quite a bit here. I mean, that's just InFamous just out-aiming them, I feel like. Maybe a little bit of better coordination between the team, better communication, because they've been able to just best noMercy nonstop. But look at that, 130 to 93 tickets, and it seems like there's no sign of it stopping. Alchemic, the last man alive in his squad, as he quickly gets those respawns in back towards B. And InFamous, they're just playing it safe. They're like, all right, well, we can out-aim you. We're going to hold 2-1. No point in going for a tri-cap here, because we could pull off an even bigger lead than what we've seen before against you.
And InFamous, they have not lost, I mean, any tickets in the last 20 so seconds, and I think a big part of that has to be these 2, make it 3 players on 6 frags. Rella hasn't even died yet. He's just been holding this very simple angle, using that pillar perfectly. You can see the pillar has taken a bit of a beating, but he hasn't. As 3 members of InFamous still on 6 frags. Hysteria just 1 frag away as he's continuing to hold this outside area. Finally does go down. That's going to be a great move if Tony goes down, but he's not going to go down without a fight. Great work with a compact. Not going to get a second. As Exploder finally steps up to the plate, but it cost them 4 members, 4 noMercy members, and you look what that cost them. Melicium and Hysteria just stroll on into B and say, what have you got, Psycho? What have you got?
Well, let's see if he has anything. He's going to start to push back in, maybe looking for a little bit of back. He's going to catch 1 man crossing right in front of him. He gets the better of him, which I hope he would be able to, not even being turned on. And he might be able to get the B cap, but gets killed from the backside. Tony gets a kill, and that is still going to be a 2-1 hold. And now, noMercy are playing from the cold again.
I mean, yeah, InFamous managed to hold on to that double cap for as long as they did. Now, they've got an even better one, as if time or if history is anything to go by. That this is a very tough site to retake. And you see Hawk trying to work the corridor, but it looks like there's 2 members trying to say no. Melicium, he's already done so well, and he's going to try and do so this time. Not going to happen. Atomic Exploder and Alchemic do finally shut down this A defense, but already Tony has rotated. You can see he's holding the perfect angle. 1 has been spotted out, and that nade's going to land right at his footsteps. Footsteps? Feet is the word I was looking for. As he
the things that make footsteps.
I mean, it's so odd how our brain works. as we're going to see a near squad wipe just onto Ultra now, as he's only picked up 2 frags and he's way out in the cold trying to hold on to the one site they still have.
You know what's scary about this, Alex, is that you're seeing InFamous walk over noMercy pretty one-sided like. But like teams like Fnatic, SK, Niche Makers, Epsilon can do the same to InFamous. Like that kind of shows you how big of a skill gap there is right now still in Battlefield with all the roster swaps and everything happening. That also shows the time teams put in to get at that kind of level. But right now still down 1 flag to 2. noMercy trying to fight their way back in. They have 30 tickets left to work with. And the side of InFamous have 125. But Psycho trying to work in through the backside. Gets taken down by Tony. And Tony might look for that second. And they're just trying to get the cap over on towards A. But with 4 men now on the side of InFamous close in on this, this is not going to last. There's no way they're going to pick up a 2-on-4. It would be impossible for them to pull this up. Alchemist, he gets the first one, looking for that second. They're rushing straight through, and Rella and Zuzu both pick up a kill. Rella gets a second, and they will shut down that push into A.
Look at those bodies just littering the push towards A, and there's not much really noMercy can do at this stage. We said, what was it, 123?
Yep.
They had to try and
they got 1 ticket left.
And they've got 1 ticket left, otherwise it's going to be no good for them at the moment. 17 tickets left. They very well could actually do this. The A and B holders there. They need to hold on to their respawns if they want to. And now all onto Alchemic. Last man in squad doing his best to try and preserve
the tickets. This is going to happen, isn't it?
It's going to happen. I think it very well could. They have managed to kill Hysteria, but Hysteria doesn't realize he's going to respawn. He's going to ruin the dream. There's now 7 tickets remain.
No, he's holding it. He's going to hold it. He's going to hold it.
This could very well be the worst score we've seen from noMercy. Oh, it's ticked over. It looks like it's going to be 123 to wrap this one up. I say that, though. The B flag has been pushed on by Psycho, but he's immediately taken down. Just 1 ticket remains. It's going to be exactly the same. noMercy making a bit of a poor habit out of this. 123 in favor of InFamous in our first half. That's quite a scoreline, isn't it?
That is a rough scoreline.
I mean, noMercy, they're not really giving us too much hope. Not giving us too much of a sign that they can really perform on this stage. Perhaps this is, this is their step up. This is a step they're trying to take, and it's definitely not going to be an easy one. You can see it on that scoreboard alone. Psycho, 2 frags, just 4 for Exploder, 3 for Ultra, and Hawk rocking 4. So, I mean, those numbers, they sound incredibly low, especially when you compare and contrast with the bottom score from Hysteria's with 8 alongside Melicium and the top 13 from Tony.
The thing is, getting last place like this isn't going to net you a place into the offline or to the group stage. Like, you need to be top 12 for that, and that gets you put into 3 different groups of 4 apiece. The 4th group, if you guys are just joining us or haven't been here for the previous shows, the 4th group goes over to Oceanic region, where they get to play out to see who can play or qualify from there. And then we have also a team coming from North America to be joining finally for the first time in the ESL One series. And hopefully my American brothers can do a little bit better.
Are you going to come in wearing like a big American flag?
You know how in Katowice this last weekend before this one, 2 weekends ago I think it's called.
There you go.
You had Sponge with the Australian flag on.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I'm going to be casting with the American flag draped around me like a cape.
Okay, and when they get completely destroyed by Fnatic, and you can, I'll just put a U one around mine. We'll see anyway. I mean, I would love to see the NA and Oceanic region stepping up to the plate and knocking some of those EU old dogs down a peg or 2. But at the moment, we'll see if InFamous can perhaps continue on this streak. 123 is the scoreline from the first half. They have very little room for failure at this stage. 28 seconds left on that countdown. Of kicking into this one, we're going to have to see a solid hold and very solid start from noMercy. They need to push straight on towards this B side. You saw before that the InFamous side, they opted to actually just send 1 out through this route, and instead they stacked through, immediately pushing through and using that mid corridor as a route towards C. Now, I know InFamous are aware of that. Well, of course, they know what they did, but I don't know whether or not the noMercy side are aware just how effective that can be.
Well, the thing is, noMercy should have had that hold on the C for a lot longer, but then it kind of slipped away from them from a little bit of a push coming out of InFamous. I mean, InFamous took forever. They sent 1 man out towards C last time, and the rest of the men were sitting in towards middle and didn't push on towards A5. But look at that. InFamous just waiting for the push out of noMercy towards A. Instead, it's going to be coming over towards C with the 2-man squad. Melissa going to be trying to work in towards B, potentially to take a 2-to-1 hold. Remember, 123 tickets. It's not like they need to hurry about this. They have a lot of time to work with, and noMercy can't afford to make any mistakes.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't be expecting this if I was on the noMercy side. Would not be anticipating a push all the way towards B. 4 members have made the push, and actually it's costing them their lives. You see noMercy does go down trying to defend it, and now you can see Zuzu behind enemy lines. He's managed to sneak this far. Can he continue to do so? He has been spotted out, but he's going to take the frag with him. It's actually Ultra who meets his demise. And now, what have you got for us, Rella? Immediately using that respawn timer, waiting for his teammates to jump in on top of him, as now the B flag is going to start being captured over. But you can see how cautious he is. He knows that if he doesn't get this fast, Alchemic could be making leaps and bounds over on the A flag.
Elysium's going to try to hold them off. He actually has one more man there to help protect this one with Hysteria. Actually might go for the charge in. Going to go for the hip fire, not connect it. Finally does get the kill though on Alchemic. And that should maintain A flag for a little bit longer. Even the other men, Ultra got picked off towards the back of A. Only 140 tickets, only have about 17 left to work with here if I did my math correctly. Yes, I did, Jason. Nice. But 2-1. You can hear a little clapping from Alex. And InFamous are in the driver's seat.
I'm proud of you. That was quick maths.
I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, you are. I mean, maybe what we're doing here in Battlefield is slowly but surely for the ESL One. By the offline stages, we're going to be doing mental maths like that.
No, don't have to like write down long division like you did before.
No, but that was complex. Anyway, moving away from mathematics, we can see just, I mean, wait a second. There we go, 3 tickets, I can do that.
Wow.
Remaining for noMercy.
You really hesitated on that one too. That was a little scary.
If I got it wrong, how embarrassing that would have been. As we are going to be seeing the last tickets fall away. And noMercy, they cannot. In fact, the game's over.
It's already over.
noMercy, they didn't expect to really do too well in this half. It was no way in a good state after the first half. But we are going to be moving into our second map, and that's, of course, going to be on Paracel Storm for the second map. And if InFamous continue to play this very structured style, I think noMercy are going to be having issues, I think. Especially with their communications, because it seems to me that they're just a little scattered across the map.
And InFamous even lost a man at the end there, if you noticed.
Well, I think that was once they'd secured the victory, but yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be straight back in the server, maybe just restarting. But Paracel Storm, it's a different map, it's a different structure, it's a different kind of battleground for these two teams. And noMercy, we've seen them on Operation Locker before. It seems to be a map they favour, albeit they seem to struggle on it.
Well, so if you think about Operation Locker, there's a big difference in that compared to Paracel Storm. Where in Paracel Storm, it's more of like a 3D map, or it's more of like a Y-axis map where you actually have height to be a big factor in how the map really plays out. You know, you're sitting inside the buildings, having the cover from there, holding that B set from the high ground. Where on Operation Locker, yeah, there's a high ground, you know, towards C, and there's a high ground technically towards B, but it's not everywhere. And it really kind of forces you to play in this 2-dimension, or in this 1-dimension, instead of kind of 2-dimension that you need to kind of change your strategies completely up. So I'm curious to see how exactly noMercy plan to go about this, but from previous results, it's going to be really rough.
Yeah, it's certainly not going to be easy. And going into this one, it's all about that strong, steady start. As we are going to be waiting for that one member from InFamous to rejoin. I think it was Tony we lost. I'm sure he'll be back very shortly. And before we kick this one off, let's once again, for those of you that have just joined us, run down those rosters on either side. Because noMercy, a side who have managed to stream just a little bit, give them that little bit more of extra attention that they perhaps deserve. But so far, they have not really been performing in either of their appearances here on stream. Psycho, Alchemic, Hawk, Exploder, and Ultra. Over on the other side for InFamous, we have Rella, Zuzu, Hysteria, Malicium, and Tony.
Nice little view we got going on.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's a little pitter-patter of raindrops, but this map's quickly going to turn into a lightning storm of action between these two teams. Not sure how long it will last, though. Again, like you pointed out, noMercy just seemed to... We haven't really found a map for them so far that they've done really well on. And I mean, we can't be too harsh on them because, yes, they've lost multiple times with like a 100-ticket difference, but they're still trying. Like, they've been here every single cup. They've still been playing, still been practicing, trying to get further and further through. And again, all it's really going to take is just that one time you make through into the next stage of the bracket that will get you in to the group stages where they can have that extra week or two to prepare.
Yeah, and the group stages are really important. I mean, you need to be in a good stead when they come around. At the moment, noMercy perhaps aren't, but you've said it. One win, one that spur and burst of confidence could very well be...
Just one opportunity is all they need.
Yeah, to seize everything they ever wanted.
Yeah, and then they could be in the groups. And you think about Pyrogen in the first season, struggled throughout the entire cups. Come in... Wow, is this storm really happening now during the countdown? But it happens like later. Struggled throughout the entire cups, go into the groups, and smashed everyone. Go into the offline finals, smash everyone, got second place. Like, they completely surprised everyone. noMercy could pull off the same kind of thing, but it's going to take a lot of work out of them. And it's going to take maybe a win here or a win coming Thursday, since we do have back-to-back Battlefield shows with cut number 5.
Yeah, we'll see how this one pays out.
How are waves going like that? I thought waves go in towards the land, not away, not that way.
Maybe there's some geographers in chat that can explain it to us. Some environmental... No, environmentalist is something else. I don't know. I'd probably embarrass myself again.
Oceanographers?
Ooh. Oof. That didn't sound wrong. Anyway, 15 seconds on that countdown. Jump into that overview and have a look where these guys are going to be opting to push. On the blue side, InFamous. On the red, on the Chinese side, noMercy. As we kick this one off with 5 seconds to go. And you can see already that there is 2 engineer classes on the side of noMercy, and that gets me excited.
It does. You know what that's going to mean, Alex? And I'll say the word for you because you get so proud to say it. Levolution. That's
there. It certainly could happen. Not just yet, though. I'm on with Hawk, and he's actually backing away, trying to take the safe route, the long route on towards
Where is he going?
I think he wants to
try
like
the super long route to catch him going towards Trench.
Does get the spot, though, and that's going to help Exploder if he doesn't go down already, but he does seem to be having issues. Where is he? No, he's already been taken down now, all onto Hawk, and he's taken such a long route towards that Trench's site. Going to be throwing a nade out, trying to connect, but I don't think it's going to come of anything as
Where's the Rockets?
Players are going to be hooking on towards him. Here comes the push, and surely going to be a double for Melicium if he's not playing this poorly. He does actually manage to take one with him as he does go down. In the meantime, though, look at this open map for InFamous. They've just been gifted these 2 sites, and look at that investment. noMercy, they spammed their respawns. They do manage to take A after a bit of a short delayed trip cap.
Well, that's not going to win you games. That's the thing. Like, you have to be able to depend on 2 or 3 people of your team. Oof. Ooh, my lord. Laying down the law there on the Melicium. But you have to depend on your team to be able to cap flags. You can't commit every single respawn and every single person to cap 1 flag. That's just not how Battlefield works right now with all these teams and the skill level they're at. They need to change their strategy up a little bit. And 148 to 130 as they're taking away, losing ticket by ticket. They need to change something, and they need to do it quick.
Yeah, they do. Certainly need to do it quick because we saw what happened when they got a bit out of control before. But they're saying that, you're already seeing a bit of a step-up performance from Alchemic. He's been throwing out rockets to all the right places. Does actually connect another one this time. Doesn't get manage to pick up the kill just yet, but he has opened up that building, reducing the available cover for the InFamous side.
When do we ever see that building destroyed?
It's not often.
I think this is almost the first time I've ever seen it actually shot rockets at and be partially destroyed.
It's just a rocket for rocket exchange. They're just throwing them at each other. As you have seen the engineer class now picked up by, I think it's Zuzu, yep, on your screens now.
What was that?
As he considered to fire a rocket and changed his mind. Rocking the ECW, does have the heavy barrel and the ergo grip on top of it. What? As he's like cancelling the rocket animation.
He's like grabbing it when it shoots out and puts it back in.
Yeah, he's like, not today. As you can't quite see my actions, but I did do
he did.
rocket
I
action.
can confirm that.
Thank you. But now Tony trying to win out against Exploder. He does do just that, and they've only lost 6 tickets so far, Jason. This seems to be going the same way as Operation Locker.
Remember, 123 was on Parasol Storm.
Could this be a new record?
It could potentially be at this rate. noMercy, Psycho at 0-5. Hawk at 1-0. Like, he's gotten a kill, yeah, but he hasn't really made much happen after that. And Wild Ultra at 0-3. And you look at the side of InFamous, 5-2, 4-4-3, 1-2-0-3-2. Everyone picking up multiple kills and just rattling them off. Well, Exploder able to get a kill there. Fortunately, will fall. And just like that, everyone, noMercy's dead except Hawk.
You missed the trick there.
I saw you there.
Exploder explodes. Oh, it was right in front of you.
I was just trying to tease you with it.
Tease me with it, okay. Either way, they only lost 7 tickets now, and they're already below that 91 threshold. They're losing tickets, and they're losing them fast. Finally, they have managed to secure a second site for themselves, but we'll see how long that lasts. Immediately, they seem to be gathering forces towards A. You can see Rella and Tony trying to enter the trenches and be able to sneak up, close the gap and towards the defenders, and it looks like Hawk is going to be the man to receive them. If he plays this well, he does. Takes Zuzu down. That's going to give him that prime advantage if he looks over behind him. Instead, though, he's kind of worried about his back. He's going to be pushed.
He's playing too safe.
Very safe.
He's got 2 kills, 0 deaths. And he's had that first kill since like the first 30 seconds in the game. We're already 3.5 minutes in. Like, he's playing super safe, which I don't disagree with, but I also don't agree with at the same time. You can't afford to play safe when you already got smashed in the first half. But other than that, I mean, or not the first half, the first map. You look at the score right now, they're actually doing a lot better this time than they did just prior. 127 to 85. It was at 123 in the first half for InFamous, and they're almost at that mark already.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, in the first map, you would have seen that 83 probably more around just 3. So they've already done much better. See for how long. As looks like we are going to be seeing something different from noMercy. noMercy, as they're going to be maybe trying to group towards this B side. The only man really in a great position to defend it is going to be Zuzu. Hysteria around between the 2 sites. He seems to be able to catch the heels of Exploder unless he plays this poorly. It should be another one diving under cover though as the building crumbles beside him. Great connect with the pistol. Not going to find the second just yet though, as he does get eliminated by Hysteria's ace. And now here they come. Here comes the push on towards the B site.
Well, Wilder with his teammate there off to the side, going to be able to pick this one up here, I would imagine. Not really going to be contested too much, but in the meantime, they're going to lose out in C. InFamous is going to be able to cap that one over, and by a little bit of time, the rockets, the nades, everything raining in. Wilder does explode. You're not happy with that at all.
No, I'm not.
You really want me to say for Atomic. But Alchemic now working off the backside, trying to hit towards A, still trying to destroy the rest of the buildings. This is one thing I was saying before that I'm not a big fan about Levolution, is that of how much time so far out of the first 5 minutes has been committed to firing rockets to destroy buildings. It changes the map, yeah, but that's like 5 minutes you could have been doing something else.
Yeah. B and C held up for now.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that German's coming along nicely, Jason.
Those integration courses.
Great play again, Tony picking up another one. He seems to have no issue just roaming around this B site and clearing out any presence. And this time another one falls. It's this going to be Hawk who picks up that one. And now you can see A and B being maintained. But look at this positioning from Lysium. He is just a spotter, providing intel to his teammates. Doesn't get the pistol frags, but he does actually manage to connect with the assist.
Get the squad spot bonus.
That's all you need.
That's all that matters.
That's all you need. Because you can see his teammates are doing the legwork for him. Look at Ultra. Look how far he's been forced to go, just using these containers as cover, just to even get near one of the sites.
That just shows you the pace this game's been going and how much control InFamous have across this map that noMercy can't even push through to get even close to a flag. And you can still look at the overview really quickly. Look on the west side of the map. Look at all that red. And they're not even being able to, are allowed to push across. And in fact, InFamous are the ones pushing into them to look for some frags. They would take the fight to noMercy to end this game quicker.
And they're doing just that. 116 now to just 30. And noMercy really are not being shown much mercy by the InFamous side, as now 6 minutes in, they only have 29 tickets to play with, and it's not looking like it's going to change anytime soon. Great control from InFamous. You can see just holding steady a lot around these sites. Melisium in the trenches. He's going to be trying to maintain from a distance, and he's going to do just that. You can see, even with an AEK, he's managing to force these players back. Look at this. Psycho trying to close in on the sites, but there's only 20 tickets left.
And just looking at the scoreboard really quickly, we have 1 in 10 for Psycho, which he just got the kill just now, and 10 in 12 for Alchemic. Like, there's no one even as close to Alchemic in terms of kills, and that's just showing you how this game's kind of been going the side of noMercy. But they're able to make a little bit of presence towards A. Looks like they will get the neutralize on it. Actually, nope, they'll actually be going InFamous's way instead. And noMercy, they're looking at another 100-ticket deficit here going to the second half. Oh, that rocket is good. Hits Rella square in the chest. And using Psycho's dead body as bait. Not bad.
Not bad. .jpg. 7 remain now. You can see that these tickets are just going to continue to fall away from noMercy, but that's just primarily because they're dying. Look at those deaths. 2 members, sorry, 3, oh my, 4, as I continue to rub my eyes on the scoreboard, have got above 10 deaths alone. That's a whole lot of tickets. That's 40 tickets in just respawns for noMercy. That is definitely an issue that they need to address, and address quickly, as that's going to be 111 as we go into our second half of our second map here. For in the Cup 4, is it now? I was trying to remember. It's the 4th Cup. God, it's been. I feels like it was only yesterday we were doing Cup 1. It's Cup 4 now of our Spring Battlefield ESL season. Yep,
and just to remind you guys, we do have a 5th Cup coming up on Thursday, since we are changing up how the groups work. Since we have 16 teams in each bracket instead of 32, we lengthened the amount of cups we have and shortened the amount of rounds you have to play to get more points. So that's how it's going to be working for this. So make sure you guys tune in back for that. But InFamous, again, 111 tickets in the first half. That just looks unbearable if you're on the side of noMercy. And they really have to be getting tired of these types of score lines.
I know, I certainly would. I think it's, I mean, credit where it's due to them, because they are always in that bracket. They're always turning up. They're always playing their games. And, you know, huge amount of respect to those guys for not immediately just flaking out and saying, these guys are better than us, we're not going to improve. Whereas this is it. This is how you do improve. You persist, and you manage to slowly but surely get better. Alchemic, we've already seen him. He was top of their scoreboard for the team. He was getting fantastic frags, fantastic openers onto the sites. Wasn't that so much follow-up from his team just yet, but, you know, that's something you can work on. And the moment, they are being outclassed and outgunned by the InFamous side, but perhaps that can change. Maybe not now, but maybe soon. 111 tickets is their aim for the second half, and we are waiting on a member of InFamous who seems to have disconnected again. Not Tony this time, but I'm sure he'll be back very shortly.
I'm just amazed. I mean, I don't want to be too harsh, but noMercy just is not performing as well as we expect them to. And I know it's really kind of harsh to say, but I want to see them perform better, you know? I want to see them play better as we're waiting for Rella to reconnect. And I wonder what it is that's kind of stopping them from really doing that. What's really kind of holding them back. And You can analyze the strats however you want, but InFamous are just out-aiming them. They're outflanking them. They're attacking sites better. I mean, I did notice something on Operation Locker about noMercy. When they were working through S-Ben, they committed 4 respawns into S-Ben to try to go for the cap onto A.
Yeah.
But where was the hit from metal detectors? Where's the hit from the backside? Like, they're not hitting from multiple angles. They're hitting from one angle, which just allows Melisium to hold down left click and just spray them down. And you have to change. You have to change things up. You can't keep going that route and expect a different result. That's the definition of insanity.
It certainly is, and I think noMercy probably are going to start going a little bit insane if they continue to be posting results like these. 111, 123, very similar to how they did in the previous Cup against My Revenge, so no change there then. And I am seeing something slightly exciting on the side of InFamous. I wonder if that's going to be, if that's going to stay.
Do it. Do it.
Oh, wait, then that could just be for spawns. Got my eye on you, Hysteria. Maybe opting for that recon class. It's certainly a possibility. We saw how well Alchemic did with the engineer class, and he is still respawning with it. So we'll see if he's
go back to him.
Gonna opt for.
Let's see what he's using.
That recon start.
Is that okay? So the SV98 has. Oh, he didn't suicide. Okay. So he's canted iron sight, so he can do close quarter combat. Straight pull. I like me a little bit of sniper. Actually, you know, I enjoy sniping in Battlefield more than I have in like any other game, just because of like the distance.
It's so satisfying.
It's so satisfying to headshot like another sniper across like a mountain, and you have to like account for aim drop or for bullet drop and everything. Oh, it's so satisfying.
And here we go. Let's see what Hysteria can do. Something a bit different for us in our second half of our very first game this evening of the ESL One Battlefield Spring season. And we're into Cup number 4. First shot doesn't connect, but the A site is already being captured over, and Hysteria's nades being rained in towards him, and already on that blue side, you can see the noMercy side raining in with that double cap. That's going to start the bleed. It's exactly what they need to do. Yeah, spotted one. This could be it. It's the no-scope onto Hawk, and Hysteria's has made his class choice clear.
I think it's the first time we've ever seen a sniper kill in competitive Battlefield action here at ESL One.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've seen it before. See if we can get a second. Oh, I thought it was it. The squad spot bonus fooled us for a second, or it certainly fooled me. Anyway, let's stop getting obsessed with him and see what Tony's got for us over on that C flag.
Well, he's got another kill on a Hawk, and he's got the C flag all to himself. So it looks like he picked up 2 kills. Going to get the cap, going to allow a tri-cap to happen. Well, in the meantime, there's a big fight breaking out of B here. Wilda trying to hold on from the back side, trying to maybe get the cap onto it, maybe trying to start to turn it over, but unfortunately gets picked off one by one. And again, the attacking side out of InFamous just clean them up, get the early tri-cap. And noMercy, they have to cap something over soon, and they are just getting taken down one by one.
Oh, it's a trip cap. That's just going to be a brutal bleed for noMercy. They have so few tickets to work with. Do not forget, 111 was your scoreline from that first half. And now they have, what, 11 tickets to work with?
10. No, it was 11. It was 122. I was just joking with you. You got it.
God, you made me panic.
Just try to test your confidence in your own math.
Well, there certainly isn't any. As now, Rella, what have you got for us? Just going to be sitting steady, because he doesn't need to do too much. C and B being held by noMercy. Psycho, great play with the pistol. He doesn't need his main weapon to do the frags. He's looking for a second hip fire. Doesn't quite come in, as he's opting to take Melisium back. Now, B and C. They have managed to stop this for now, but look how little tickets they have. 9 tickets left to play with, and there's a whole bank of 128 on the side of InFamous. They get another squad wipe. That is almost game over, as now Exploder does fall. All onto Hawk now to do anything for his team, and I don't see too much coming now, Jason. Last man in squad, those respawns cannot come in. And InFamous, they've wrapped this one up quite nicely.
Yes, they have. Oh, that would have been great. That would have been fantastic. Picked up the kill. But that will be InFamous taking the first win, advancing a little bit further in the bracket, not to mention securing themselves at least a minimum of 10 points. And well done. I mean, really easy for them, it seemed. No real struggle out of them. And unfortunately, noMercy are just going to be losing for a 4th consecutive time in the initial round.
Yeah, no change for them just yet.
And that means, I believe, InFamous will be going up against Meteor Makers after this. Not sure if we're recasting that game or not. I think this one is probably one of the quickest games we've had, because we don't have results really being put in. But in the meantime, you know, still a fun game to watch. Still really cool to see. You know, noMercy is really trying to continue to compete. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, we kind of had our fun. We had our fun, but they are also doing things that other teams have been able to do. They're playing every single time. They're still giving it their all. They haven't really had the best results, but they're still giving it that effort, and that's commendable.
Yeah, always is. I mean, the fact that the community contributing to the community was what I was trying to say, but also the fact that they are trying, they're striving to improve, and that can be said for a lot of teams, but especially noMercy, because that is a name I've seen. Every time I look at the bracket, every time I scroll through the groups, you'll always see noMercy's name, and they're a team that are trying to improve and are doing just that. I mean, perhaps it isn't reflected in tickets, but some of those individual plays, we're already seeing good stuff coming up from noMercy. But of course, the victors, InFamous, again, strong performance there from the kind of middle of the pack team. Let's see if they can perhaps extend that and we can see them in the semis.
Yeah, Meteor Makers. That's going to be a tough game. The reigning champions from last cup, the team that's gotten to the top 4 every single time. It's going to be difficult, but they might be able to do it. Guys, we'll head to a quick little break. When we come back, we'll be kicking off our second game of the night with 3 more to come after. We'll see you in a few.